So we are here today to talk about the journey of SAP DataSphere of Imec. So here we have Roland from Imec and Luna from Flexso, who guided them as a partner on their journey towards SAP DataSphere. Before we start, can you perhaps, Roland, give us some more information about Imec? Because I think lots of people know the name, but what do you do exactly?
So yes, Imec is a research company, really project-driven, and we do research mainly into microchips.
Very interesting. And I guess microchips, most people also think AI. You guys must be very busy these days, right?
Very, very busy, and also, with the EU Chips Act, which is going on, we are very busy in expanding, and that's one of the reasons that we're here today presenting.
Can you tell us a little bit more on what the business drivers were to choose for SAP DataSphere?
Yes, definitely. So in 2024, we did a major reorganization into a more project-oriented and driven organization. And to support this reorganization, we really needed to have a better understanding of our project costs. And this is one of the main drivers into looking into data spheres.
Thank you. And perhaps a question for the partner who supported Imec on their journey. How did this implementation go? What were your key takeaways around the implementation?
Well, first we started with the proof of concept, just doing a basic finance model for them. And then later we did a project where we really built their data model. We extracted data in DataSphere. We used the SAP standard content, the standard models they offer, to create, an SAP data architecture for their SAP data, but also made it possible to fit DataSphere into their current architecture, being able to, if necessary, also send data to their Azure data lake as well, if needed.
I also hear Azure, so non-SAP components. How did this integration work between Azure and SAP DataSphere?
Well, on the one hand, we can use in DataSphere the premium outbound replication. So we physically replicate data into their Azure data platform. But on the other hand, I think we both are very excited and waiting for the business data cloud of SAP and the use of Databricks in the future and how we can federate data or how the working between DataSphere and Databricks will work.
That's very interesting. You said you were very excited about the announcement of SAP Business Data Cloud. Perhaps a question for you, Roland. Why are you exactly so excited about this? And why do you think this is especially important for Imec?
We hope this will allow us to better integrate the SAP data with the other data, because we do have quite some other data which we want to integrate, for example, for finance data, for better cost allocation and billing towards our customer, which is then driven more on research tool information. And so this is non-SAP data linking with SAP data. So this is really down the alley to my understanding.
All right, that is really interesting. Now, you did go live and I hear you say quite a lot about finance, about business. What were the first reactions of finance and the business in general when going live?
Yeah, they're really happy with the results. This is the first time that we will expose, and we have exposed the reports to more than, let's say, the finance and the really senior management. So this will really drive Imec forward into taking right decisions on important topics of, okay, what are the areas we really want to keep on working in, because they're also beneficial.
Perhaps one more question, AI. Do you think this will really change your architecture that you have now in place, and how this will, of course, combine with SAP Business Data Cloud?
To be honest, today our AI architecture for SAP data is non-existent, so it will definitely be a first if we want to move forward there. As Imec, we do have lots of AI in research projects, but this would be a first for SAP data.
All right, very interesting. Perhaps Luna, as a partner, what were your lessons learned about this project?
Well, our lessons learned, and I think we also shared this during our presentation before, is leveraging the DataSphere, the semantics that SAP already offers is really powerful to retain knowledge, to retain business logic, and then being able to also use that business logic later on in their Azure stack when they need to combine their data with third-party data, other data. It's is a nice way forward.
Thank you. Before we end, I would like to ask if you would start a project like this, or if a customer, perhaps another customer, were to start a similar project like this, what advice would you give to this customer?
I would advise that person or that company to take time to do sufficient proof of concept, to fail fast, to work on and to really select the solution which is really a good fit for them. For us, that fit was really DataSphere, and that's why we moved it forward, but it was not the first choice, and we failed before on other tools.
Thank you very much for both your time, your insights,